The extragalactic expedition the Vong underwent through the starless void between their home galaxy and the one far, far away took them thousands of years to traverse. But why make such a harrowing journey in the first place? Well, in their home galaxy, surrounded by an asteroid belt, they lived on a tropical planet. This planet was called Yuuzhan Vong. The name meant Creche of the Gods, but what made their world unique, at least as compared to the galaxy we are familiar with, is that it was alive, with an intelligence and shared a symbolic relationship with the Vong, who back then were force sensitive. Now, at some point, and this is where it gets very interesting, they were caught up in a conflict between two powerful civilizations. They believed to be the Silentium and the Abominor, both entirely mechanical droid societies, which devastated the Vong. But their home world came to their protection and bestowed them with knowledge of how to create living weapons. Their war against the machine races are believed to be the source of their utter hatred towards machine-based technology. As the war dragged on, the Vong as a culture became more and more warlike and violent. They eventually drove the two droid civilizations out of their galaxy entirely, but not satisfied with the mere defeat of their enemies, the Vong decided they wanted to purge their whole galaxy of all forms of mechanical technology. So, they went from defenders to conquerors, enslaving or exterminating most of other species throughout the galaxy. Once they had no more enemies left, the various Vong domains, that is, their family groups, turned on each other, resulting in what best can be described as a devastating civil war, which, when it was finally over, it left most of their galaxy, including their home world, destroyed. With the destruction of their living planet, the symbolic relationship ceased, stripping the Yuuzhan Vong from the Force, which left them in great pain. This would never go away. This was a pain they became utterly obsessed with, and saw embracing it as the only way to return to the symbiosis they had lost. That is why the body modification practice began, and how they took on their belief in their aggressive gods, that influenced every aspect of behavior in their society. So because they had left their galaxy in ruin, and with no world to call home, they had made refugees of themselves. And so, how they had forced the two machine races to leave their galaxy, they too now had no choice but to find a new galaxy to conquer. Therefore, they traveled the intergalactic void in their grand living world ships for centuries, until reaching a galaxy far, far away. The invasion and the subsequent war are a massive story for another day, but as I said, it would lead to trillions of lives lost and the end of the New Republic.